Yeah. Boy, my hat's all cockeyed. I got a cockeyed hat. Hey, folks, it is live. Today is Monday, the 10th, right? Yeah, man. Poor Dylan's been running all over the damn place. He set up the drums quick, and then he'd run home and feed the cats, and then now he's back. Yep. Nate Crease says, sorry I missed you at Anodyne. We had a good time at the old Anodyne. Thank you very much indeed. Can you dig that kind of activity? Can you dig this kind of a Robert Escott says, yes, I can hear that juicy bass just fine. I added the juicy part. I added the juicy part for the kids. I added the juicy part for the kids. Folks, are we having a good time thus far? We opened up with a little Steppin' Out. Steppin' Out is always a good jam to start off with. I haven't played this guitar in a while, and it certainly sounds good. It's being a little persnickety with the tuning, but I'm going to whip it into shape. Let's try a little bit of that. We haven't done Unrepento in a while. doggone it, that felt good. I'm looking out there and I see Dwayne says, will there ever be a tour in Canada? Well, we're certainly working on it. We had something kind of marginally in the ballpark, and we were going to put something around it, but it didn't pan out for reasons that were beyond my control. But we are definitely willing to get up there, but we have not yet put it all together yet. Are you guys familiar with Hot Song for Nowhere by Zeb? I am. We just don't know how to play it. Something like that. That's a good one. I like it. Folks, how are we doing out there in Movie Land? Thanks for joining us. This is live. This is Monday, the 10th of March. We got Turner the Burner on bass. That's my son Dylan on the drums. And Midnight Molly wants that Creed. Yeah! She wants that sweet Creed. She wants that sweet, sweet Creed. Yeah! When I want a little Creed, oh, what do? You do a little something called Scooby-Doo. We're going to do a little something. This guitar's hitting me right in the feels. Right there where it needs to be. It hitting me right in the feels, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do a little something for the kids. Let's do a little. You want to try one of these?
Before it leaves my head.
We're going to try this. This is an Albert King thing. And let's see if I can remember it. I've never sang it before, but I got the lyric right here. And we're going to try to do it. It's kind of got the lick from, it's from a record he did called Lovejoy. That's a great record, by the way. Lovejoy.
It's just a great word.
And I do love Grand Funk, too, don't I? Did Robin Trower just turn 80? That's crazy. That is insane in the membrane. You know what? We're not getting any younger. Diggity dog on it. Bridge of Thighs. I do love me some Robin Trower. But this is a little Albert Kingy thing, and it's got this cool lick to it. It's kind of like Crossroads, but not. Coming on the floor. I would do most anything for the love of a woman. I would do most anything. Make a man do most anything, even steal from his mother to buy him a diamond ring. For a love of a woman, like a schoolboy loves his pie. Well, I love you, woman, like a schoolboy loves his pie. I love you so much, darling, you make me want to scream and cheat and lie. most do most anything. For the love of a woman, man most do most anything. Make him steal from his mother just to buy a diamond ring. And I love you, woman, like a schoolboy loves his pie. Well, I love you, woman, like a schoolboy loves his pie. And I love you so much, baby, make me wanna steal and lie. When all else fails, I'll cue it. All right. When all else fails. Yeah, we never played that one before, ever. We didn't know how we were going to end it. They didn't know if I was ending it, if I was going to keep going. They didn't know what was going on, but we did it. It felt pretty good.
We made it.
We made it, and it feels so right. We made it. We made it, and it feels so right, and we made it. Are we having fun out there, ladies and gentlemen? We're having fun. Yes, thank you, Ryan, for dialing the knobs in as usual. Thank you, Matty K. Matty K's out there, is he not? Matty K is a special friend. David Wilkerson, we are not playing at the Rock House next time, but we are playing at the Blue House Theater out in Warrenton on the weekend of, is it the 22nd or the 21st of March? Check the website for details. Check the website for details.
War.
Yes, we will do a little Freddy King. We're going to do a little The Stumble. Ba-hurga-doo-bam, cow.
Yeah.
Pukankalonga shinka do bam boom balloon go. Ooh, that sounds so damn juicy. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear that music?
So much love.
There was a lot of music in the air. It felt so good. It felt so right.
It really does.
I played it all day. I played it all night.
All the way down.
It feels pretty doggone good. I said it feels pretty doggone good. I said, wow. You know what we could do? We can do anything we want, really. But I am doing frequent tuning just because I want to be on the safe side, because I haven't played this guitar in a while, and I got to be on the safe side. I got to be on the safe sides. Can we dig it?
Digging.
Digging it as we do. 265. We got to remember that one. Sure bets I haven't done that one in a long time. I got to remember that one myself. Sure bets. That's a good one. Let's try a little bit of Jim. Let's do a little bit of, how about with the power of soul? Any damn thing is possible.
So possible.
One, two, three, four. What? Shoot down some of those airplane rides you've been taking. That's the ones that are flying too low. Shoot down some of those airplanes, especially the ones that are flying too low. Well, come back down to earth, my friend, or come back down with me. We've all been through the night time, baby. Going the right of reality. With the power of soul, anything is possible. With the power of you, anything that you wanna do. the power of soul. Anything is possible with the power of you. Anything that you wanna do. Hooray for blues music. Hooray for rock roll. That's all we know of that. That's all we know. One of these days, we'll do that song and we'll make it so foul.
Greasy.
Yeah. Greasy, grimy gopher guts. Well, greasy, grimy gopher guts. Come on, A-string. Don't be fucking around with me. I mean, messing around with me. Don't be messing around with Drake. Don't be messing around with Drake. Woo! Go. I want. Yeah. There's a tune of mine called Vod Shuffle. Goes on like this here. I want. music for the kids. A little bit of that rock and roll razzmatazz. A little bit of that razzmatazz, a little bit of that razzmatazz. Yeah. I've had my fun. If I never get well no more, but I've had my fun. If I never get well no more, health is failing. I believe I'm going down slow. Somebody write my poor mother and tell about the shape I'm in. Somebody write my mother and tell about the shape I'm in. Tell her to pray for me and to forgive me for my sin. But don't send me no doggone doctor. You know that doctor won't do me no good. Don't send me no doctor. You know that doctor won't do me no good. You know it's all my fault. I never did a damn thing I should. look for my clothes home. On the next train south, better look for my clothes home. If you don't see my body, well, all you can do is rare, 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 rare. You know, my next train south, you better look for my clothes home. I like that line. You better look for my clothes home. What happened? Something falling down? Something falling down, something falling down, something falling down. I think he hit it. I think he hit it.
There we go.
I think he hit it. I think he hit it. Come to Columbus, Ohio. We are coming to Columbus, Ohio at some point. All the dates are going to be on that website, gregkoch.com. I think we're going to be at the Sportsman, the Woodsman. The Woodsman. That's in Columbus? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's in Columbus. Yeah, we're coming there. We're coming there in. That's in June, I think. Yeah, that date has just been confirmed, so it's not up on the website as of yet. But it shall be. It shall be, friendos. So many activities, so many proclivities. All right. Okay, I like all that. I like all those things we just did. You know, let's do a little bit of that. That's our old tune, Foolish Mortals. Foolish Mortals for the kids. That's a good one for the kids. They need it.
They need it.
They need that kind of shit.
They need something.
They need that kind of shit for the kids. Ooh, are we up for a little Rex Charmer? Make sure this fucker stays in tune. So I mean, I didn't say those bad words.
Dude, that's crazy.
I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. All right. One, two, three. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? That felt good. Folks, thanks for tuning in here on a delicious 70-degree Monday. That's exactly correct here in beautiful Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. We had Turn of the Burner on the damn bass. Dylan James Kuchenheimer Schmidt, that's my boy on the drums. And that last thing was a thing called Rex Chummer for the kids. It's good for your soul and good for your corns. Yes, please don't be afraid to subscribe. Subscribe, share, and follow.
TikTok it all.
And we got some TikTokers out there.
For some reason, we're on gaming TikTok.
We're on gaming TikTok.
Yeah, we gotta change that.
Oh, we're on gaming TikTok.
We're really not gaming.
Wow, interesting.
This ain't a game.
We're on gaming. This ain't no game we're playing. It ain't no game playing. Wow, I don't know what that was. Gaming TikTok.
We're on gaming TikTok.
Happy birthday, Scott. Happy birthday, Scott. Scott. Oh, Scotty.
My birthday, too.
Rodrigo says, hi, what's the difference between the Fishman Gristle King and the T-Rex version? Well, for one, it's tweaked. This is the third version. We tweaked it a little bit. The clean sound's a little different, and the lead sound's a little different. I think it's the current one's a little gainier. And there you go. How was the gig at the Venice West? It was good, Chris Short. It was excellent. We had a good turnout, and it was all good. We had a good old time. All right, folks, listen, we're going to see you again soon. We're going on the road on Wednesday, so we won't be here for a few weeks. Check out that website for deets. We're going to be in Phoenix next Saturday night. We're going to be in the beautiful little burb of Thatcher, Arizona on Friday. We're doing a thing at a college up there. We were doing this festival in Gilbert, Arizona on Saturday, but the gig got canceled, but we're still getting paid. And my buddy who owns a bar that is part of the sponsors, like, because we're already got to go out there because we got the gig the night before. We was like, hey, why don't we just play at your bar for the fun of it, and I'll take that sweet cash and we'll party on like Warriors of the Night. So we are. So we're at the Bone House Brewery in Fountain Hills on Saturday night if you live in the Phoenix area. It's free to the public, so come on out. Come on out and enjoy and get it on. And we're going to let the good times roll. And then from there, we're headed to Colorado. We're going to be in Greeley. We're going to be in Greeley, Colorado. We're going to be there the following week. Then we're going to be in the St. Louis area. We're going to be in Warrington at the Blue House Theater that following weekend. And then we're doing actually a Reverend event at a place called Tone Central Station. Tone Central in Nashville, Tennessee. So come on out and enjoy, folks. Can you dig it? Come on down, and we will rock your brains suitably, and it'll be good for your soul and for your nostrils. All right, y'all. We'll see you cats on the flippity and the Greeley. That's right, Greeley. I say that right? Didn't I say Greeley? Okay, all right. Ooh. Dylan's pounding the damn whistle.